Hi, my name's Barney Skinner and I'm here to give you a quick run through of my game by Torchlight, which is a 9-card dungeon crawl which I'm entering for the BoardGameGeek 9-card Nano Contest this year, 2021. You will be wandering around in this game sort of various dungeons made out of these dungeon cards, which are all different on both sides, and at the start of each level of the dungeon there are 4. You'll sort of randomly twist and flip these around and then lay them out to form a dungeon, which is, as you can see, sort of spirals around the place a little bit. Let me just wind up the camera a little bit. And in this dungeon you will be represented by this mighty dice, your adventurer, who always begins on the stairs from above, running down from outside or from a higher level of the dungeon down into the depths below. Your goal on each level is to try and get to this key here and then make it to these stairs to below, down to the lower level. There's a sort of a gate in front of the stairs which you need to unlock with a key so you can make it down to the next level. Unfortunately, stopping you will be several monsters, and each of these sort of coloured runes are where monsters will start. And these green ones obviously have green monsters, these blue ones have blue monsters, and the red boss monster is over here by the exit. Each of these monsters has a health on top of them, which are tracked on this, which you can see on this adventure sheet, adventure card rather, which is rather overstuffed with information on the 4 levels of the dungeon. But we're only interested in level 1, which is called the dungeons. So you can see there that the green dice on the green runes represent these sort of thug type character here. The blue is this sort of wizard, and the red is this sort of knight guy. Each of these has various stats along here, which I'll explain when we come to them, and an AI track here, which sort of explains how the monster will behave. At the bottom of this card we have a time track, which ticks along every turn, and if you hang around too long, bad things will start to happen. I'm going to be playing as this warrior type person. There are 4 different characters you can play. There's this warrior, the sort of stealthy, roguey type, an archery type person, and wizardy type. Obviously nothing, as you can see, has sort of names or anything, but they're all fairly generic archetypes. Each of these characters has these 6 action boxes which define what they can do. We have movement, attacking, shield or defense, healing, increasing range, and stealth. So there's no particular, different weapons for attacking or anything. It's just you can attack at a basic range of 1, but if you increase your range, you're going to attack at a longer range. So, for example, the archer type character has lots of abilities to increase range, but my warrior type isn't particularly good at that. It's more of a sort of run up, punch him in the face, good at defense type character. So as you can see, each of these slots has dice values in them which show which dice values can be used to activate those particular slots. So the way we do that is with energy dice. You start the game with 6 of them. After each dungeon level you complete, you'll get an extra one. Sort of show your character advancing as the dungeon goes on. So let's start the first one, and I'll try and explain things as they go along. So I'm over here. I want to, like I said before, I need to get to the key here and then escape over here. There's also a chest here which will have some nice treasure or sort of equipment I can collect as the game goes on, which will boost my abilities, but we'll come to that if and when I don't die immediately. So what I need to do this turn, I think, is probably deal with this guy here who's going to come and attack me otherwise. Have I got enough attack abilities here to do it? Just about, yes. So I'm going to need to, this person is 3 spaces away. So if I use this 3 to activate this movement slot here, and then I've got this 1 up on defense, because that might be useful if I get attacked back, and then I'll use I'm not sure I've got enough to do this, I do it that way. Yes, that's fine. If I use 2 4s in attack here, which will do 2 hits, 2 points of damage, and this 2, which if you notice my character has two symbols up here, that means that their effect of any 2s is doubled. So that these 3 dice actually will do 4 points of damage. But I've only got 1 movement step to here, so I either need to do another move, or actually what I'll do is I'll increase my range by 1. So then now I've assigned my dice, I can just take the actions and go by 1 move. Increase range, you have a basic range of 1, which is then increased to 2, which is enough to hit this guy for 4 hits, which is going to be enough to kill him. This guy doesn't have any shields here. Some monsters have shields, which would reduce the number of hits they take, but this guy is dying straight away. I'm just going to run up and, I don't know, chuck a sword in his face or something. Okay, that's the end of my turn. So I've used all of these dice. The only one I haven't used is this defense, which is used in the monster's turn if they attack me. Now I have to see whether any monsters are going to attack me. What we need to do now is work out which monsters are aware of me. So each monster has a perception range. So these green monsters have a perception range of 5. The blue have a perception range of 8, and the red has a range of 6. And the idea is you track the shortest route from them to you, and the ones that are inside the range know you're there. This is where your stealth ability comes in, which reduces monsters' perception. I am, however, not a particularly stealthy character, as you can see. So this guy here, who has a range of 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is definitely seeing me. This guy's got a range of 5, is not going to be able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the only one question here is really this guy goes 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So the only one who can perceive me currently is this guy. And monsters have different behaviours based on whether they can perceive you or not. In this case, because the rest of the monsters are at full health and they're standing on their starting runes, they're not going to do anything at all. So I only need to worry about this guy here, who has 3 energy, so I'll roll 3 dice. A 2, a 5, and a 6, which according to his AI chart is 1 movement, and a 5 and a 6 are both healing for this guy. So all you're going to do is move towards me 1 space. The way that the monsters resolve their actions, so they'll do any healing they can, but he's already at maximum health. They'll then step towards you to try and get into their range. This guy has a range of 3, so he'd need to be here to attack me, but he's only got 1 move, so he's just going to move to here. If they were then able to attack, he would attack, and then they would move away with any remaining moves. So they might sort of hit and run, or sometimes just flee if they don't attack at all. But in this case, it's just going to step forward. And that is the end of the monster phase. That's all that's happening in this monster phase. The timer phase, the timer ticks forward 1. Nothing has happened yet. When I reach these various runes, monsters might start respawning in the dungeon. And when I reach the end of the track, I'll lose an energy dice for the rest of the level. That's sort of fatigue. So let's carry on. My next turn. What do I want to do? I want to probably come and deal with this guy, or maybe I want to come and sneak around that way, but I think probably just I need to get to the key, so I'm just going to see if I can run up and take this guy, but I'm not going to have enough to kill him this turn, I don't think. Or maybe I will, because that's 3 hits there. Can I get into range? 2 6s and a 3 gets me into range, yep. So that's 3 moves. 3 hits and a shield. So, oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3 moves. 1, 2, 3 hits. Again, he doesn't have any shields to defend. And I have a shield in return. This is going quite well so far. Okay. Monster phase again. So again, as I said before, the green guys have got a perception range of 5, and the blue of 8, and the red of 6. Well, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Neither of those two are going to be doing anything. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just out of range, but this guy can perceive me. So he has, again, 3 energy dice. So he's going to roll a 2, and a 5, which according to his chart is 2 moves and an attack. But he only has a range of 1, so he's just going to move towards me twice. Can't quite make it into range. 1 more and he'd have made it into range. Okay, end of round. Tick forward on the timer. I've ticked onto a red rune, but the red monster is still alive, so he isn't able to reappear in the dungeon. We simply move on to the next turn. It's going quite well so far. What have I got here? a lot less attacking ability this turn. Oh no, I've got the 5, so I can still do it. That's 3 hits I can do. The guy's got 4 health, so I may want to be a bit more careful this turn. Well, let's use these 1s as shields then. 3 to move and those 3 hits. So 1 move, 3 hits knocks this guy down to 1 health remaining. And I've got 2 shields for when he inevitably takes a swing at me. Okay, so monster phase. This guy is clearly in range, and as is now this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys I think are still out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So the guy will work from the closest to furthest. So the closest guy to me, 3 dice again. 3, 4, 5 is 1 move and 2 attacks. That's not good. So there's the 2 attacks. Luckily I've got 2 shields this turn, so those dink dink knock into my defences. And then he's got 1 move which he'll use to move away. So again, like I said, at the start of the turn they would move towards, but once they're already in range, they then attack and then move away with any remaining moves. And I can choose which of the ones he moves to, because they're both equidistant away. He moves as quickly as possible away, but with only 1 move, that's just going to be to there. But luckily I defended enough, which means I didn't actually take any damage. This guy, again 3 dice. 1, 1, 3, which is just legging it straight towards me 3 moves. Okay. End of turn, timer phase. Right, slightly trickier now. I've got 2 guys to deal with in fairly close proximity. Roll the dice and let's see what I'm going to do. I definitely want to finish this guy off if I can. I've got 2 ones I can hit. So I probably want to step in, or do I want to attack that guy first? Actually, my best bet is probably to stand where I used to use a bit of increasing range, because then I've got a range of 2 and I can attack both these guys. I'll need to have line of sight, so I'll just do a quick double check. You can often use a spare card for that, and I can see any part of my tile to any part of the other tile. Gives me a line of sight, and which I definitely have in both these cases. So then I've got a grand total of 3 attacks I can do maximum there. Again, those 2 1s on... but do I want to put on defense? I definitely put that 6 on movement. Actually, I'm going to put all of those onto movement. No, I'm going to put 1 on defense just in case. Okay, so as you can see now, I've got increased range. So I have a range of 2, which means I can do, and I've got 3 damage to inflict on these guys. So I can do 1, 2, 3 damage. I've now got 2 moves left, which I'm going to use to move over to the key. You don't have to do anything special. Once you've stood on the key, you can have the key for the level. There's no way of tracking that. You just have to sort of remember. It's fairly easy to remember. Obviously, the key only works for this particular level. You need to get a key again for the next level. Sorry. Monster phase then. This guy's the only one in range. 3 dice. That's a move, attack, attack, which is not going to do much because he's only got a range of 1. So he just steps towards me. Timer phase. My next phase. Oh, there go the dice again. My next adventure phase. So, probably want to take this guy out pretty soon, and then head towards this chest. So I've got enough there for, actually the 2 will be enough to kill him if I can throw everything else at movement. Yeah, then I've got 5 moves and the kill. Great. So 1, 2, hit, 3, 4, 5. All right, successfully clearing this dungeon quite well. I haven't taken any damage yet. This is going quite well. Monster phase. I think this guy's now going to be in range to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, but this guy's still out. So this guy has 3 dice. 1, 2, and a 3. That's 2 moves and an attack. 2 moves to there. He's not can't get in to range 3, and he can't see me, so he's not gonna be able to do much to me. Okay. Timer phase. Tick up. Blue. Blue guy's gonna respawn because I killed a blue dice. A blue guy's gonna reappear here. This is what I was saying about if you dawdle too long, you can get guys coming back to cause you trouble. Okay, so next turn. I think it's pretty clear what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go and get that chest. So let's use that 6 to get move onto the chest. Probably want quite a lot, just quite a lot of movement this turn. 3 lots of movement. 5s aren't enormously helpful to me this turn, really. And I've got 3 of them, so I guess I'll put them into defence, really. I'm not going to be attacking this turn, I don't think. No, so I'll just put them all into my defence. Okay, so 1 onto the chest. So now, what happens is, I have my 2 cards, which are 2 equipment cards, each of which has each has 4 items of equipment on them, which all have these selection numbers at the top. And I'm going to roll a dice and see what I'm getting. So 4, and I can choose between either card. So for 4, I can either get this wand, or I can get this shield. Now the wand would give me a 6 would increase range, which could be quite useful because that would give me a doubled effect. So as you can see, each of these equipment just kind of gives you extra abilities. So in this case, it kind of adds to your ability that you already have. But that would be quite nice as well. The shield, I think, would be a lot of flexibility there. But I think I'm going to go for the wand, which seems an odd choice for a warrior. But who says I'm not some sort of warrior monk or something? I don't know. And you can slide the equipment under the card, so you can always see what you've got. Okay, so that's my first move. I've got 2 more moves left, which I'm going to use to move. I think I'm just going to wait here so that I'm not in range of that guy. I'm just going to use 1. Then I've got 3 shields left. Okay, so monster phase. These 2 are obviously in range. Is this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he's just out of range. So these 2 are in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this guy's closest. He'll go first. 1, 2, and a 6 is 2 moves and a heal. Well, that heal's not going to hurt me much. So first thing I'll try and do is move into range, which moving to his maximum range with line of sight, I think is there. Check. Can you see me there? Yeah, just about. So that will be the position at maximum range with line of sight, which is where he's moving to first. He's done his heal, but obviously he's at maximum health already. And then he would, if possible, actually, can he see me there? No, I don't think he can actually. So I think he'd have to move to here instead. So just step onto there instead. He doesn't have any more moves to move away or any attacks, so he's just going to stand there. This guy then, 3 dice, 5, 6, 6, heal, heal, heal. He's just going to stand up, come back and, I don't know, drink a potion or something. He's not really going anywhere. Okay, timer phase ticks on. Next round. Okay, obviously I want to try and deal with that pesky wizard in my face, so I think probably stepping up and giving him a good old tickle. Annoyingly, I have to kind of overkill here because I don't have anything else that can attack. I've only got those 2s, so it's a bit of an overkill, but it's fine. I can't really use them for much else other than a bit of stealth, maybe. I'm going to... yeah, probably movement for the rest of it. But the rest of those. Give me 4 moves. I'm not really going to worry about this guy. I think I'm just going to crack on towards the end of the level. Yeah. Okay, so 1 move. That's enough to kill. More than enough to kill. And I've got 3 moves left. 1, 2. Do I want to risk it? Getting his face. Screw it. risk it. Get in a position to charge him next turn. Okay, so is this guy still in range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is, and so is this guy. So this guy, the boss, has 4 dice. As you can see down here. His track is much more attack based, so that's 1 move and 3 attacks, but he only has range of 1, so he's not going to be too much trouble for me unless I get right up in his face. If only I wasn't some kind of, I don't know, up in your face character. His attacks are all kind of wasted because he can't get into range. So then this guy, 3 dice is 2 attacks and a heal, so he's not going anywhere either. Okay, timer ticks on. Next round. Okay. It's a reasonable amount of damage, but not really as much as I'd hoped I can do there. Probably need to 1 step, increase range, and a shield there, I think. Because that gives me a double. Actually, I don't need a step because of my wand. That gives me a double increased range, is enough, so I can just stand back and actually blast the guy with a couple of shields. Use my wand. Okay, so yes, my wand, this 6 now gives me a double range effect, which will give me a range of 3 because it's 1 plus 2. 1, 2, 3. That's enough to get him. 3 hits. He, however, has a shield, so those 3 hits are reduced to only 2 hits. Shield works every round for monsters. Okay, monster phase then. Same as before, the closest guy has got 4 dice. 1, 2, 4, 5. Good job I put those 2 dice on shield because he's stepping towards me twice and then whacking me twice, which luckily goes dink dink with my shield. Okay, this is going quite well. I don't remember I ticked down the time phase last turn, never mind. The wizardy guy over here, 2 steps towards me and a heal. Well, the healing's not going to do much. Okay, timer. My round. There's the 2 I would want. And I don't have anything else that can cause damage. That's annoying because I need 3 hits because of his shield. That's irritating. Well, I've got plenty of shield at least to use there. And I might as well step away in case he whacks like mad. I've got 4 shields, who needs to step away? Might as well use it. It doesn't matter. Increase range for what little difference it makes. So I unfortunately only did 1 point of damage with those 2 hits. And then in return, I've got 4 shields. He does 3 moves and a hit, so 1 hit dinks against my shield, and he's going to move away 3 times, trying to get out of sight if he can. So he's going to pretty much move to there, I think is probably the furthest away towards being out of sight that you can get to. Coward. This guy, 3 dice, 1 move towards me and 2 healing. He's sort of slowly drinking lots of potions as he wanders down this corridor, slowly in my general direction. Okay, timer ticks on. Green respawn. I can choose where the green guy reappears, so I'll pick over here, which is probably the furthest away from me. Not really going to bother me unless I decide to go back for some reason, which I don't think I will. Okay, next and possibly final round, depending on whether I can leg it down those stairs or not. I don't actually have to kill the boss. Not with a roll like that. That's only a mighty 2 moves I can do. 3 moves I could do there, which is not quite enough. I would need 5. So let's rethink that instead. I need to kill that guy really, which is what that 2 will be enough to do. So yeah, there we go. 3 moves there, a couple of shields. That's plenty for me to go 1, 2, 3. 2 hits kills the boss. And that's that. This monster is still in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, just. So he's going to roll more potions of healing. You can see if you manage to not injure one of these guys without killing them, they'll heal themselves up straight away. Okay, end of round. The timer ticks past the end, back to the start again, and I lose a energy dice to the rest of the mission, but I'm starting to think, for the rest of the level rather, but I'm starting to think that probably won't be a problem on this level. Okay. And that is enough for me to get it down the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. I only need 3. Okay, so that's the end of the first level. I didn't even lose any health. That went very well. I'm starting to think this warrior character might be a little bit overpowered, and I might need to adjust some of his abilities slightly. Anyway, let's go the second level as well. Why not? Race through it quickly. I'll probably lose. Yeah, just sort of flipping and randomly generating the next level. Okay, so again, my character is gonna. So at the end of that level, I recover that dice I lost, taking back up to 6, and I also gain an extra dice for sort of my experience. So I've now got 7 dice for the next level. So I would start again on these stairs leading downwards. The key is now over here, and the exit is over here. On this level, the green guys again have 4 health, but they now have a shield, these goblin characters, which is going to be a little bit trickier to deal with. The blue guys are now zombie type guys with, oh no, they're not zombies, sorry, they're ogre type chaps with, 6 health, not 3. Lots of health, no shield, and quite slow, but do a lot of damage if they can catch me. And the boss is a giant spider who is quite nasty, with a decent range. Here again, if he manages to catch you, can cause some serious trouble. Stealth. What am I going to want to do? So I'm here. Chest's over here. Interesting. And the key's up there. So I'm probably going to want to deal with this guy first, and then maybe decide what I'm going to do. Let's see. So I've got slightly more. Oh, let me just adjust this so I can actually fit it on camera properly. Right. There we go. Okay, so these guys have got a shield, so I need 5 hits to kill them in 1 turn. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits there, if I wanted to do that. So that's not really enough, is it? Perception-wise, these green guys now have 7. The ogre guys have 5, the blue ogres have 5, and the spider has 6 again. The boss. So these guys are actually quite perceptive, and they have a range of 2 as well. As these are goblins. So, okay, what do I want to do? Well, I guess I can probably. I probably want to use my range boosting ability. Use my wand to give me a range of 3. Can I see from there to there? Yes, I can. So if I just step 1 step up to there, I can then put these 2 into defense and these all into attack, which allows me to do 1 step to here, increasing my range by 2 to a range of 3, and do 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage, reduced to 3 by the shield, which is not quite enough to kill this guy, so I'm going to have to take a bit of a hit in return. But that's why I've got a couple of points on defense here. So in return, these guys have 4 dice. And so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This guy's just out of range. And these guys are definitely going to be out of range. So I've got to deal with both of these two, but these are all out of range. Monsters, by the way, if monsters are out of range, it doesn't necessarily not act. If, for example, they were slightly off a rune, they would move back towards a rune, or they might be able to heal up. But they're not going to come towards your attack if they're out of perception range. And I'll notice I haven't really used my stealth ability here in this game because it's only activated by this 2, and my 2 is my best attack, so I'm really not a stealthy character at all. But what that does is, for every point of stealth, it reduces perception of all monsters by 1 down to the minimum of their range. So if they're within range, they're always going to be able to attack you. But for someone like the sort of the stealthier character the rogue character on the other side of this card, that's quite an important ability. So the closest monster first, 4 dice. A 1, a 3, a 3, and a 4 is 3 moves and an attack. So that's 1 move to get into range 2, an attack which knocks against my shield, and then 2 moves left to run and hide. Monsters do like to sort of hit and run in this game. Then the other guy here who is in range could hear me. Once again, you've got a 1, 2, 3, which is 3 moves and an attack if they can get to range, but I doubt they'll be able to get into range. So 1, 2, 3 moves towards me, just out of range. Okay, tick up on the timer. Sorry, I should have had the timer reset at the start of the level. Okay, what have I got here? Well, I definitely want to finish this guy off, but this guy's going to cause trouble as well. So again, I probably want some range increase stuff here to be able to deal with these. But I'm out of line of sight here, so I'm going to have to step a little bit at least. So I'll use that for range increase. I will use the other 6 to step to here. And I've got a 2 and a 4. And a 5 I can use for attacks. Leaving me with a couple of 3s which I can use for defense. So there's my 1 move to there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So 1, 2 will kill that guy, and then that leaves me with 2 more hits, which is only going to do 1 point of damage to this guy because of his armor. Obviously I've got enough range to do that with my range boost. The wand works quite well for this character. I don't know if I've ever used it with them before. Is this guy in range now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. And that guy's still out of range, so just this guy to resolve then. He's got 4 dice. 2 moves and 2 attacks. That's not ideal. I might actually get hurt now. So already at range 2. So 2 attacks. 1 hits on there, but I do lose a health point. And then 2 moves away. Running towards being out of sight, if possible. Actually, I think that's probably there then. Because you're closer to being up to there. Sneaky goblins. Okay. Tick forward on timer. I'm not sure if I ticked forward last turn again. Keep forgetting about the timer. Never mind. It's not going to make a huge difference. Next round. Okay, I might actually want to do some healing at some point, which I haven't. The other ability I haven't used yet. Not with a roll like that. That's enough to do some damage there. So a couple of steps forward, like 3 steps forward. Let's just run up to the guy and punch him in the face. I'm going to need 4 hits, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and I'll throw that 5 on defense. So 3 moves, 1, 2, 3. Takes me up to the guy. 4 hits is enough to kill him. And leaves me with 1 on defense, because this guy is now going to come for me, because he's got a perception range of 5, 1. Oh, he's got 6 health, not 3. If only that. If only. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well within perception range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the point where I need to start worrying about this guy. So he's gonna. He has 3 dice. He's a very slow and ponderous chap, but so that's 2 moves and then attack. But if he gets into range, he can do some serious damage, and he's got quite a lot of health. So right, tick up timer. Next round. Oh, a bit off the camera there. All the threes. All 3s is not enormously useful for doing damage, but I've got a 2 and a 5, I guess. And those 3s, I guess, I'm going to use a couple on defense and a couple on, but on defense and 1 on movement. Not a particularly helpful round, but that is enough defense that I don't have to worry about getting hurt. So I'll step in. I'm going to do 3 damage. Because he doesn't have any shield. And in return, he's got 3 dice. Well, I had 4 defense, so it's not going to matter. You know, whether he hurts me or not, he's got 1 move away after he hits me. Okay, timer ticks up. Next round. I'm playing on standard difficulty here. There's a few other difficulty levels for easier or harder modes in the described in the manual. Basically speaking, for an easy, you'd start with an extra dice. For hard, you'd start with 4 health maximum, and for nightmare mode, you'd have 5 health, but start with 5 dice. I think that's right, but if I'm wrong, well, go by the manual, not rather than what I say. So that should be enough to kill. That's 3 lots of 4. And then the rest of this can all just go on movement, I think, probably this turn. 4 moves. So 1 step in, kill, and then I've got 4 moves, 1 onto the key. So that's 2 moves left. 1, 2. Right. Now, do I want to go back and get that chest actually instead, without triggering those guys? I think I probably do actually. So I've got that. Oops, sorry. 5 health there, and I've got 2 moves back to here. I'm going to go around this way to get to the chest. Waste a bit of time, but it means I don't trigger these guys on the way past. Okay, end of turn, tick up. Ah, blue guy's going to reappear right in my face. Yikes, I should have stayed on his rune. That would have been cleverer. Oh well, because if there's no free rune, they can't reappear. But I was silly and moved off his rune. I should have just waited there for a turn. Gamed it a bit. Oh well. Never mind. Next round. Do I want to kill this guy? I just want to run away over this way. I think I'm just going to run away. Although actually, yeah, it's just put everything into movement that I can. And put one, you know, I'm even going to do a stealth for the sake of it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves there. And 1 onto stealth, reducing monster range. So this guy's now got a range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, not quite enough to reach me. This guy will be way out of range now, I think, because he'll now have 4. Yeah, nowhere near. And ditto over there. So, tick up on here. Stealth actually proved useful. Didn't think it would. I keep forgetting to heal. I should probably do that at some point. Okay, yeah, let's use that. Before I forget, we'll do that to heal. I will. I guess I need a lot more than plenty of movement, don't I? 3 moves. again, probably some stealth might be handy again. Will it? Just in case I want to trigger this red guy. He's got a range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, I want to get past about there. You can sense me otherwise. So, well, I've got 3 moves. So 1, 2, 3. You can see here where the tiles meet up, you get diagonals. You can never move one of those diagonals. You can only move these sort of offsets or orthogonal, the edges of tiles. So I've got 2 points into stealth. So this guy's range is reduced to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is enough for him to see me. And this guy is reduced to 4, which is not enough. And this guy is reduced to something pitiful. Okay, so it's just this guy who has got 4 dice, which is 2 moves, an attack and a heal. So he'll just try and move towards, getting towards range 2, and doesn't need to heal, so that's not going to do anything, and can't get into a range to attack. So there we go. Timer ticks on. That's not amazing. I was hoping for some 2s. But that's enough to through a bit of damage. Anyway, oops. That was either a 4 or 5. Can't remember which one, but it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot to use my heal last time, didn't I? These are going to use them. I'll use all those in at least 2 moves. Let's use 3 moves and a shield. So I'll move in twice. I've got 3 points of damage, which is reduced to 2. Then I've got 1 more move away, which I'll use to step down this way towards the chest. Okay. I haven't used any stealth this turn, but I don't think it's going to matter because this guy's 1. From this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just out of range, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Whichever way I go, he's just out of range, and this guy's got much shorter. Got a shorter range of 5 anyway, so it'll be the same. No, miles away. So it's just this guy again with his 4 dice. Can't remember. I rolled 3 dice last turn. We'll see. So that's interesting. 2 moves, an attack, and a heal. So heal at the start. Already at range 2, so it doesn't need to move towards. Attack for 1. Well, I've got a shield, and then 2 moves away. Trying to get out of line of sight if possible. So to there. Well, no, it should be as far away as possible, so to there, which is also out of line of sight. Actually, it doesn't really make much difference. Yes, it does, because if I go that way, yeah. Okay. Okay. No other monsters to resolve. Tick forward on the timer. Okay, let's see if I can get to that chest. A couple of moves there. That's enough to get to the chest. At least throw 1 at defense. Put 1 on stealth for what it's worth. That'll hurt defense as well. I'm not really going to do much this turn apart from movement, really. So 1, 2 moves takes me to the chest. Roll the dice. 1. So a 1 would give me this axe on here, or I can change up from this card I could get this potion instead, but I don't want to lose that wand, which is doing quite nicely actually, so I'm going to keep the wand and gain the axe. I might need to move things around a little bit so you can see them both. Yeah, so obviously each card goes under one of the sides, and you can see that this axe gives me allows me to use 1s for attacking as well, which is quite nice. Gives me a bit more flexibility. Doesn't give me a double up ability, but it does give me some more flexibility. Still, okay, so I've got 2 more moves left, which I'll just use to run up to this guy. Why not? And I've got 1 in stealth this turn, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still out of range of that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still out of range of that guy. So it's just this guy with his 4 dice. Another heal. Take that up to 4. Full health. And he's got 2, 2, and a 3, which is all movement. So he's just going to flee. Like the cheeky little goblin that he is. Well, that's good. He didn't attack me at least. Okay, timer ticks on. We're into respawn mode. Another goblin appears, let's say over here. As far away as I can, but okay, next round. Alright, I think it's probably time to ignore that goblin and make a run for the stairs, try and fight through those guys. Or should I deal with him first? So he doesn't come up behind me. Should probably deal with him first, but I've got enough to do the damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is not enough to kill the goblin again, so I might just heal it back again. I'm going to ignore him for now, I think. Just move on. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, how many do I need? If I use those 2 6s there, that would give me a range of 5. Should I give me a range of 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could just snipe that guy from here, actually. Why not do that? So I had enough for 4 hits on these guys. I don't remember which dice numbers it was, but I had enough for 4 hits there. So let's do that. So 4 hits on this guy knocks him down to 2 health. With some sneaky wanding abilities. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So over there. Oh, but I haven't stealthed this turn, so they are in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna have to deal with all 3 of these guys now. Never mind, starting the closest, who is the goblin here. This cowardly goblin who keeps fleeing from me. That is 2 attacks, a heal, and a move. Well, 1 move's not enough to get into range, so it's just that. This guy is at range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's only got 3 dice though. But that is 3 moves. Become a bit of a threat. And then the boss, who has 5 dice. And I'm rather being silly and leaving myself exposed there. So the boss, do any 1s or 2s are moves. 3, 4, and 5 are attacks, and 6 is a heal. So that's 1 move, not enough to get into range. So these 3 attacks, luckily, are wasted, but this could cause a problem for me quite soon. Okay, end of turn, tick over, back to the start, lose a dice. Down to 6 dice. This is timings. Okay, so lots of 2s, good, I like 2s, 2s are nice. So that 2 will kill that guy. Put, I use 2. If I use that 6, that'll give me a range of 3, which means I need to get through to there. So 2 moves, a range of 6, that's a range of 3, and 2 more attacks. So I've got a range of 3, so I can hit this guy with 2 attacks, killing him. I've then got 2 moves, use my range of 3 again to do 4 hits, but of course the guy's got a shield unfortunately, so he doesn't quite kill the boss before he gets a chance to attack back at me. Okay. Just double checking this guy's not in range or anything silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, no. So it's just these 2, starting with the closest, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, it's the boss, who has 5 dice, and I don't have any shields, so this could be painful. Yeah, that could be painful. So there's 1 heal. 2 moves and 3 attacks. Ouch. And starts off in range at range 3, so that's 3 attacks on me, which takes me down to health 3. Oof, I've been quite good at avoiding that until now. Then the guy's got 2 moves away, which is going to go up to here because it can't get through the gate onto here, which would be the other place to go. Oh, that spider is a pain. Okay, end of round. Oh no, this guy, I forgot about this guy. He's got another 4 dice. Could come get me from behind. 2 moves. Sorry, 3 moves and a heal, so not a huge amount to deal with there. So 1, 2 moves into range, and then 1 move back to hide. So instead of follow up behind you and hide. Yep, next round. I might want to leg it for the stairs if I get enough dice. Oh, dice on the floor. Hold on again. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 potential moves, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite enough, but it might be enough to get me there. I haven't got any healing, annoyingly, which is really what I needed. I think I'll probably have to go for it anyway, take the risk. So 4 moves, 2 shields, and then hope I don't die this turn, and I can make it to the stairs next turn. Or should I try and kill the guy is the other option? Have I got enough attacks? I've got 3 attacks. Oh, I could just try and kill the guy instead, actually. That's probably safer, isn't it? No, it's not, because if I look at the time track, if I kill him, he's just going to pop back into existence next turn. That is the last thing I want. I fell for that once earlier. The last thing I want to do is run up there, waste everything killing him, and then he'll just jump back in my face. So instead, yeah, I'll stick with my original plan of 1, 2, 3, 4 moves to here. And I've got 2 shields. So is this guy in range? He's got a range of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. This guy's got a range of 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. So it's just these 2. So starting with the closest, the boss. Can the boss kill me? I do hope not. That's what I like to see. 4 moves and a heal. Excellent. Not 1 attack on me. I got lucky. So there's a heal and 4 moves away from me. So one to get to. So try to get the maximum range first, which is going to be to the closest place in maximum range is here. Which takes 2 moves and then 2 more moves away if possible. I don't think there's any way to actually get away any further than I am now, which is 1, 2, 3. So actually, I guess I'll probably just move to here, which is able to get further away in future turns. But I think, to cut to there, red would respawn, but luckily I didn't fall for that. I think hopefully I can get at least 1 move. Yep. And I'll be able to escape this round. So, that's probably enough of that. There's 2 more levels to go. I would heal up fully when I descend into the 3rd level, known as the Catacombs, which as you can see is full of some undead fun chaps. Including ones with 2 and even 3 armor for this ghost here. The skeleton's got 2 armor. The ghost has 3, but not as much health. And then the final level is the underworld, as you can see. Some truly quite nasty looking stats to fight there. But obviously you get an extra dice, energy dice each level you complete. So touch wood, you'd have enough by then. But I'm not going to go through any more at this point. Just, you should have a reasonable feel for the game by now. And like I say, if you look at the sort of the different characters, you can see that this stealthy person has much less in the way of defense and nothing, almost nothing in fact in defense. So you're really reliant on your stealth to stop monsters attacking you. And it's also and you've got a few sort of sneaky double movements and the double attack there and double stealth. So lots of doubles, but very, 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 very fragile if you get caught. The archer character, as you might guess, has some increasing range, a little bit of stealth abilities. It's kind of actually a bit of an all-rounder, really. Reasonable attack, reasonable defense, quite good at healing, but not particularly brilliant at attacking, which is what really gets you through, guys. And the wizard is a bit different. As you can see, the wizard has the 6, a double or even triple 6 ability on everything, where the 6 is a sort of wild magical ability which allows you to give much more flexibility with any 6s you roll, but that's the only real doubles you've got, and if you're not rolling much magic, you're not in much luck. I have a feeling currently that this wizard might be a little bit underpowered. I might need to boost the power of this wizard a little bit, and maybe reduce the power of the warrior I was playing as, who as you saw got through fairly easily there. I might want to reduce the warrior's movement or something to make it a little bit harder to play with. But you know, that's why we have a contest. That's why we have feedback. So I do hope you enjoy the game as well. If you do, please do leave some feedback, because you know, I'm looking to develop this as the contest goes on. And please play as many games as you can. At the end of the day, there are only 9 cards. This is a solitaire game. There's some others that are multiplayer, but obviously I'm willing to bet quite a few people are looking for easy solitaire games at the moment, because for many of us, group gaming nights are not a thing we can really do at the moment. So, you know, quick, fun games. Shouldn't take me beyond the print and play abilities of anyone really to print off 9 cards. You can just use pieces of paper really, because it's not even like you need to sort of, you know, shuffle them or anything. So anyway, hopefully that gave you a good sense of the game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll enjoy playing it. Please do leave me some feedback. I'm on BoardGameGeek as ZomboCom, and I can also be contacted by I don't know, pigeon post, probably not really. Don't want bird flu.